Okay. Uh, Hi, my name is Mr. Shikapio here. Today I want to talk to you about this thing about 3 days of darkness, and I've been watching a lot of that stuff on YouTube and how they predicted like the sun will be darkened and the stars will start falling from heaven to the earth, destroying everything. But all those things that people have said about the end of days is nothing more than lies. Yeah? And a lot of people has predicted it from that using the Bible itself and how they say like that the end is coming, soon, very soon. But the thing is that during those 3 days of darkness, it's not exactly what you think it will happen. And the reason why I say that because we have to go through 7 years tribulation, uh, the number of the beast, the Antichrist, and everything, and all these things has to happen first before the end times comes. You know, where you know Jesus Christ comes back from heaven to reign over the earth for another 1,000 years or so, something like that. But for the 3 days of darkness is not exactly what people has been predicting that will happen. And the reason why I'm saying that because I've been doing well a lot of study on it about the 3 days of darkness, and it's kind of interesting what people say, but they're all false. None of them told the truth. They're just predicting what will happen. But for me, the 3 days of darkness has to do with some sort of like a nuclear weapon device that will, you know, blow up in the atmosphere and cut off every power in the United States and Canada. I don't know about New Mexico or the other countries, but the way that it sounded like for me, 3 days of darkness means every electronic devices, such as cell phones, uh, telephones, TV, satellite dishes, uh, everything will be cut off. Okay, and because of that, I did some research on it, studied it, and I found some, and I can actually prove that also by using Bible verses. Yeah, and when I say the a nuclear weapon device will be used to cut off our all our power, will be used by an EMP, electronic magnetic pulse. You know, that will destroy everything, including vehicles, internet, everything. The power will be cut off. That is something that you really need to think about it. Yeah. I mean, 3 days of darkness, that's like something. So if you ask me who's going to be responsible for it, well, in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5, if you read that scripture, it will tell you well, it will tell you the exactly thing that where the missile is going to coming from, who's going to be responsible for it for the 3 days of darkness. Sorry about that. I'm coming down with a flu, a cold here, but like I just need to share this information with you people about 3 days of darkness. Uh, what people have described what will happen, and apparently they don't know nothing about it. They're just guessing and hearing things what other people tells about them, and they're sharing the same thing. Okay, so the person who's going to be responsible for it is for the blackout, what is what you can call it, is from Isaiah 13:5, and it says here, they come from the far. I'm sorry, excuse me. They come from the far up. Come on. They come from a far country, from the ends of the heavens, even the Lord, and the weapons of indignation to destroy the whole land. So that's what it meant, The weapon of indignation, that's an EMP strike that will hit the United States. And probably it's going to affect it in Canada also. In Jeremiah 50, verse 3, it says here, For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make it her land desolated. So what that means is that there will be an army coming from the north that is like from the ends of the heavens. So Antarctica is like the far north, but there's no armies in Antarctica. And to my studies, more is like who else lives in up north besides Canada? The Russians. All right, that's the far north that they're talking about in the Bible. That's what it's been talking about, like the far north, out of the north. Russia also lives up north, and it's a powerful nation, strong, a nation that hates the United States of America. So with that, there's going to be a 3 days of darkness, which means power out, blackout, everything, every devices, every machine will be destroyed. Just think about it for a while. Your cell phones fried, completely useless. Your telephones cut off, can't work. Your TV, radios, even your vehicles you cannot use. Completely gone, blacked out power. Now, if you can imagine your bank accounts, you cannot have full access to your accounts. Now, also in Jeremiah 51, it says here, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take ball and for her pain. If so, be she may be healed. A sound of a cry cometh from the Babylon, a great destruction from the land of Chaldeans. I don't know how you pronounce that right. Because the Lord hath spoiled Babylon, and destroyed out of her a great voice. Now, in Revelation, it talks about, in Revelation 18, it says also here, Therefore shall her plague come in one day, death and mourn and famine, and she shall be burnt with fire, for as strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. Now, with that, this is what it meant. Hospitals, since the power will be out, blacked out for 3 days, hospitals, they need power. They need electricity. For people who are on life support that needs a machine to help them stay alive or be alive will be cut off. They will die. People who are on dialysis, if the machine doesn't function, if it's fried completely, useless, they will die a couple of days. People who wear pacemakers, they will die instantly. Like something like that. Without electricity, without any kind of communication, the fire department and police department cannot do nothing, will not do nothing, will able not to do nothing, because their power will be cut off. Their vehicles, they can't go anywhere. Now imagine fire, a building burns down. Without the fire truck, they can't go and put out the flames. House being burnt down. Many things will be burned. Businesses, stores, owners, all those things will be burned down. That's what the police department, they cannot do their job. They weren't able to do their job because they have no uh, vehicles for them to transport to anywhere where they're needed, or people who's going to be needing help. Now imagine prison cells. They're going to open, and every prisoner in there will be set free. They will run. They will hide. They will do things what they desire the most: kill, rape, steal. That's what those criminals were locked up for. Now imagine them being loose out on the streets in America and Canada. You know, our houses, well, our security locks, like they won't able to lock. You know, they won't able to be, signal for help. There is no way we can actually contact any kind of assistance from the police or to call them for help, because people will kill you. Also, famine. Since our bank account won't work, our cards won't work, our debits in it, all those things will not work. We won't be able to buy groceries, food, what we need. So with that, imagine what will happen. Since business stores doesn't have no power, they're going to try to close down their stores, and that's where riot will come, destroying everything. Just like what we see today in riots, like cars burned down, there's police all over, like this and that, people getting hurt, people getting killed. Now imagine the EMP, what we'll do. Like most of the police forces can't go to these places because they have no transportation to go to use. Yeah. So, that's the thing about 3 days of darkness that nobody there really thinks about. They think about, like sun is blackened, stars will fall. That's nothing. I mean, I'm not saying that's nothing. That's, what people are saying, but that's a lie. And also in Jeremiah 50, it says here, at the noise of the taking of the Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard amongst the nations. What does that mean? I don't know yet, but it sounds like the United States will be mourned in pain, suffering, death, famine, hunger. That's what it talks about. Then in Jeremiah, it says also here, in Jeremiah 47, sit thou silent and get into darkness, O daughter of Chaliant. I don't know. For thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdom. You see, United States will be destroyed. Half of the United States will be destroyed by the people who lives in the United States. That's what the Bible really talks about, 3 days of darkness, because like there's a force that is so strong and powerful that hates America. You know, so that's what Russia is about. They hate the United States. I don't know about the new elected Donald Trump, how he's going to deal with this situation. First of all, Donald Trump is not really experienced about the military. You know, he's well experienced about businesses, transactions, like all these things, except for military. I don't have much to say about Donald Trump, but that's the thing I wanted to share with you about the 3 days of darkness. Because Jeremiah and Daniel has made a very powerful prophecy of what will happen. These two men, and Isaiah, sorry, these three people are the most powerful prophet ever. Yeah. And nobody that I know or hear about, especially prophets, well, most of them, I would say, never can predict it, the future right. Not like Daniel, Jeremiah, and Isaiah. And Daniel also predicted that the king of the north will strike. In Daniel 11:36, it says here that, and the king shall do according to his will. That means the Russia hates that, doesn't like the United States, and he's going to do whatever he can to destroy America. And in Daniel 11:37, it says here, he shall magnify himself all above. So Vladimir Putin is the king of the north, and he will destroy America. But he's not going to do it right away. He's going to let it destroy itself first before he attacks. The 3 days of darkness, it means blackout for 3 days. Silence. After silence, riot, death, murder, rape. People will die. Millions of people will die. That's where the Lord also warns you to stock up food. Hide them. So no one will know where they are or where they will find it. Stock up food now before it's too late. 3 days of darkness is coming soon. Very soon. So you need to prepare yourself. Batteries will not work. Candles, lamps that can be used with oil or gas. That's what you need. Wooden stove. Just in case for the winter. If the power goes out, you need to stay warm during the winter time. If it happens during the winter, we don't know. I don't know. Only God knows when the king of the north will strike. After those years of tribulation, not really, not tribulation, but after that 3 days of darkness, I don't know how Putin will attack, but he will do. But he will come from the north and travel to down south to attack. When the United States, their military, their weapon defense is completely knocked off. They're unable to defend themselves. So that's the thing I wanted to explain about, the 3 days of darkness. It's not going to happen like that way. What people say, sun will blacken, stars will fall. Yeah, not like that. So that's the thing. That's the only thing I wanted to share with you. 3 days of darkness. There will be death. People will die. Millions of people will die. Imagine people flying. All of a sudden the power cuts off. They crash. Over 300 or 500 passengers die instantly in a crash. People driving on their vehicle, all of a sudden, they can't control their vehicle. Highways. It's time to prepare yourself. Stock up food. Get candles. Wooden stove. And hide them. Don't tell your neighbors about it, because they're going to come in after you if you run out of things. So, till then, God bless. Be safe and get ready.